Hello America, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my review of Married at First Sight, Season 11, Episode 4. I am very annoyed because my loud ass soon-to-be ex-neighbor, because I'm moving out, is very fucking loud. But if I go over there and mace her in the face, I'm in the wrong. So anyway, we see Amelia and Bennett. Amelia asks Bennett, why did he get married? And he said, well, Amelia, you know that you only love once. And she said, excuse me? That I honestly... like he never heard the song. It don't matter. He says that he's gonna take the you only love once approach in this marriage and only love once. But I mean, it's not possible to only love once. We see Woody and Amani. They are having their morning drinks. She says that she wants to engage in the sex, but she's not going to because she doesn't want the physical connection to be the only thing that's keeping them together. She also says that she is not as experienced, and Woody says he has a degree in Woodyology. They then meet up with Amelia and Bennett, and as they are swimming, Woody's wedding ring comes off in the water. Who lost their wedding ring last? Not last. 2 seasons before. Was it Keith and Christine? Not Keith and Christine. Was it Keith and Christine or was it Keith and Iris? Anyway, after he lost his ring, he thought that she would be really upset, but she's like, bro, it's fine. He says that it's really cool to see that she can be calm in situations, and that when, you know, shit do hit the fan, not like that, but when things are tough, that, you know, it's not gonna be rah-rah. Christina and Henry are just drinking their coffee. I really want some coffee. And I don't think that everything they do is super awkward. And I think that he just has a dry sense of humor. And I think that she don't really have a lot to talk about. So she is very much relying on him to have stuff to talk about. But he don't have a lot to talk about. So then she has to pick up the slack and talk about stuff, but the only thing she's talking about is the fact that he hasn't been out of the country. So they go kayaking, and that's when I'm like, okay, he has a sense of humor when they, like, you know, rowing. They not rowing, they kayaking, and you know, they talking, and she says that she likes him. He's shy. She wants to help him get out of his shell. He also wants to be helped out of his damn shell. So, you know, they seem like, they seem okay. Yeah. Olivia says that she knows that there's attraction between her and Brett. Is it Brett or is it Brent? I don't know. I really don't know. They talk about their last relationship. She says that her last relationship was like 3.5 years ago. He says his last relationship was a year ago, a year and a half ago, and he was, you know, a serial dater. Now, in the confessional, he says that, you know, that's kind of crazy that she wasn't in a relationship for 3.5 years. But later on, when she asks him, do you have any reservations about me, you know, not being in a relationship for 3.5 years, he doesn't say anything. You see, this is where the liar comes in. The liar. So, and also, she says, so, you know, when did you, since you're a serial dater, when did you last go on your, you know, last date? He says he went on his last date 2 days before he got casted, or before he got matched. She says, oh, dang. Okay, so, you know, it was the first day. He said, no, it was the second day. She said, okay, so, you know, why didn't you pursue that? He said, because I got matched. Bro, are you serious? You serious? Okay. Then he's talking about, like, she's cool, she's, you know, funny, she's smart, she's beautiful. And he has, like, no emotion in his face as he's listing off all these good qualities that he thinks that Olivia has. She's a great person, and I really like her. I really like her smile and her style, and it's so fly. I just can't deny. You know, I really like her. She's beautiful. She's wonderful. She's my everything. Like, bro, you don't, like, can we get into the shit? Can we get into the shit? Okay, let me see. Where's my water? I didn't put the water in the freezer. So they all meet up to have their little, you know, whatever. And everyone is very pleased with Woody and Amani's chemistry. People are happy with Bennett and Amelia. Karen and Amani, god damn it. Karen and Miles have now become familiar strangers. Olivia and Brett have decided to not divulge any of the sexual things that they do or intimate things that they do with one another. L U K E Luke. It's Luke. It's Luke. It's if Luke and Kate had a baby and they came out, not like, you know, like personality wise, but like the Whoville nose. Okay. And the personality of Luke. Because Luke was acting like he was all on Katie. Was that her name? Y'all, I can't remember. I literally just said her name, right? And her name is Kate. Anyway, Brent, Henry was looking at Brett like he's a bitch. Okay, he was like, man, I seen the way that nigga was acting. I didn't forget the way homie was acting at the bachelor party. Okay, so while homegirl Olivia looks all nice and, you know, cute and sweet, I got my good eye on Brett or Brent. I think it's Brett, right? We see Woody and Amani. They go out to dinner and they talk about their past relationships. Amani talks about how, you know, the man that she was with before getting married, she found out that he was actually married, and all of her relationships start out really, really well, and they start out like, yay, this is beautiful, this is lovely, this is wonderful, and then things flip. But she doesn't want to hold him accountable for anything that men have done in the past. So she's, you know, gonna be vulnerable, she's gonna be open, she really likes him, she thinks things are good. He says that he messed up in his life. Working on himself and learning from his mistakes led him here and led him to be the man who she's married to. Okay, he ain't say all that, but that's how I interpreted it to mean. Okay, I said it a little bit better. But anyway, he's like, okay, well, you know, we could take a shower together. Well, no, they had already taken the shower together, and she was like, you know, I do want to have sex with you, but I don't want it to taint our relationship. And he laughing like a hyena, talking about, you know, we could do the tonight. I don't think they did the do that night. After they come out of their shower, they laying in the bed, and he's like, I just feel really comfortable with you, so comfortable that I'm just able to, you know, be vulnerable and let you know that I am falling for you. You better fall for her. Sometimes love comes around, then knocks you down. Just get back up when it knocks you down, knocks you down. Karen and Miles go out, and Karen finds out that Miles has been in 10 monogamous relationships. She says, hold the hell on, I've been in 2. And she's 4 years older than him, so what's the, you know, what's going on? He says that he wanted to be married at first sight because he wanted to follow in his grandparents' footsteps and, you know, be the man that he knows he can be in a relationship because his parents divorced when he was 9. Karen, Miles, Woody, and Amani go on the speedboat, which looks very fun, and I want to go on the speedboat. I want to do things. Karen and Miles have had a little bit of a disagreement because he keeps calling her a cougar, something that she does not like. Woody and Amani is like, stop calling her a cougar, that's not cool. He like, but I thought it was, you know, like a cool term. And she's, no, it's not a cool term, you know. Is it not like a cool term? I mean, she's not a cougar because she didn't like seek you out. But anyway, like, I don't know, like, is a cougar, yeah, Yeah, don't be calling her a cougar. I'm sorry. I figured it out on my own. So, after they go speedboating, Karen and Miles sit down and she's like, bro, I'm gonna need you to elaborate on these 10 serious relationships that you've had. He says, I'm not a serial dater. I've always dated with the intention of marriage, and you know, I met some cool ladies who invested their time in a relationship, and so did I. So, you know, I just be, you know. She says, even though it's been a minute, I can't remember what led her off to saying, but she says that she'll kind of be rusty in the beginning of the relationship, but she needs to have good communication, and she also wants to know if his age is going to be a problem because he is so young. I guess he's young compared to her. Yeah, I guess so. He says, I mean, it seems as though I've been the youngest in like a lot of aspects of my life, but I've always stepped up to the challenge and conquered. Only thing I was like, oh, you're young as hell, is when he said, let's sleep in the hammock. He ain't got back problem. Cause I wish a nigga would say, let's sleep in the hammock. I can't sleep in no damn hammock. What? Back hurt. There is no way you gonna put your arm around my neck and we gonna be there is absolutely no way. When he said let's sleep in the hammock, and I thought they were gonna have 2 separate hammocks, I was like, okay, yeah, we can sleep in the hammocks. The hammocks with an S. Oh, the one thing I didn't say about Henry and Christina is they went on this mud spludge. It's not spludge. What's it called? Splurge. They went on the mud river, okay? And she was like, you gotta lean your head back. Man, please don't tell me to put my head in mud. Okay? Can you stop? Now what I'm trying to figure out is, did they like wash off? Like, or did they just like go sit down and they had like mud on them and she had mud in her hair? She says she's trying to get him to have more fun. He also says he's trying to get out of his comfort zone. They seem to like one another. I'm not sure. I'm gonna move on. Okay, so Amelia and Bennett, they talk about their childhood. He talks about how he had a good childhood, but his mother had cancer, so he was always he was always obsessing with mortality, which led him into a depression. Amelia says she had a good childhood. Then they go and they start playing chess, and the producer asks if the producer asks if Bennett has a crush on Amelia, and he says yes. But then she just dodged the fuck out of that question. I don't know. Did she dodge that? She dodged the hell out of that question. He is like, okay, so, you know, she says, how has your upbringing affected your relationships? He says, I'm a very selfless person to the point that I make my partner feel guilty, and that's not my intention. She says, he says, how were you in relationships? She says, you know, my relationships were cool. We never like ended on bad terms. It was just like we were both very independent. Maybe I would move someplace, maybe I wouldn't, whatever. And so he was like, how many times have you moved? She's like, I went to medical school, then I moved in the middle of medical school, then, you know, I may move for residency, I may move for a job. And he's like, okay, so after you move, you know, those 3 big moves, do you see yourself settling down? And she said, let's play chess. And I was like, girl, you gonna answer the question? And she said, no ma'am, I'm not. Bennett, let's just have your suitcase ready, okay? Because she gonna be like, let's move, and you gonna be like, shit, okay, come on, let's go. Okay, so Brett and Olivia, the only reason why I saved them for last is because he had asked her, have you ever cheated in a relationship? And she said no, and he said, oh, okay, cool. And he was like, my last lady cheated on me. But he never said that he hadn't cheated in a relationship unless I didn't hear it correctly. So then They go do their little obstacle course, and damn, I want to go do an obstacle course to see if I got the, you know, the strength. He got blisters on his hands. No one cares. She finds out that he was engaged, and the person that he was engaged with cheated on him, and that's why he had asked about that. Also, they ask about children, and she says that she never really saw herself being a mother. And he says, I would like to have children if both of us want children. And she says, I mean, it's no rush, you know. I don't know. I guess they both said the same thing, kind of. Like, we could have them, but, like, we ain't got to have them right now. Anyway, I saved them for last because I don't believe a word that Brett or Brent says. I don't believe it. I do not believe it. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with this show. Like 20 minutes for a 2-hour review. Or anyway, I'm done. I don't believe a word that he says. I just don't. He just sits up there and he's like, yeah, we're having a great time. Are we? Like, are we? Like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, how is he? Like, anyway. We're going to figure it out soon enough, huh? If y'all like this review, you can like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or visit my website. My name is Brielle. I make beats, I sing songs. If you like what you see, come on along. Bye.